Heads up, we say swear words and talk about dirty things, so make sure you're cool with that.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Palmtop podcast. As always, I'm Alex.
And I'm sleepy. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm Kyle.
We're here with the last two episodes of Silver Spoon Season 2.
Guys, we're coming to an end to Silver Spoon.
It's kind of upsetting.
I'm legitimately sad because of how much I love the series.
Hallmark of a good show that you're at the end and you don't want to watch it. We did delay this a week, so we could just not watch it.
Man, I actually have been kind of dreading doing this episode because I don't know, I miss this show a lot, and I could go back and read the manga, sure, but real quick, an announcement just came out that the manga's gonna go until Hachiken leaves Ezuno.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's great. So I didn't know the manga was still going.
Yep.
So that means there might be a season 3.
They're on a hiatus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, there's definitely enough material to do season 3.
That's fantastic. I would absolutely love it to come back. But honestly, if the show ended after these 2 episodes, which it is right now, I'm content with this so far. It's really building to a really well-deserved climax, and kind of hoping that they don't drop the ball, but I don't feel like they will because there hasn't been a bad episode yet. So we're at episodes of 10 Dream and 11 Over and Over Again.
So what we're going to get in episode 10 is a continuation of Mikage dealing with her family.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of how rough that conversation's going to get. This is not going to be a comfortable conversation where basically Mikage has to tell her family, I don't want to take up the farm.
As the farm is falling apart.
Yeah.
And honestly, she wouldn't do it if it wasn't for Hachiken, who has been her soul, her kind of hand to hold. And
oh God, I'm getting butterflies just thinking about that scene again.
Where they're holding hands.
They're just holding hands. There was no lead up to it.
There's no shocking reveal.
There's no stupid anime bullshit about it. It is just the next shot. They're holding hands, and it's just a symphony.
Thank you. Thank you for realistic characters and a palpable romance that isn't in your face.
No awkward kind of we touched index fingers and now we're slowly grabbing each other. Oh, it's happening. It's just it happens.
No, what it is do you want me to lock the door? So we're gonna get that. I hope we get some good closure on the side characters, all 85 of them, because I really want to know what Raccoon Girl's up to. I want to know what Pizza Chief's up to.
Episode 10, it's all about Beppu.
Yeah.
How he's just been cleaning and taking over for everybody, and he's done with it. He's I'm tired of living for other people. I'm living for Beppu now.
The episode in Ba Sing Se and Avatar where you just have the quiet Momo episode is just Beppu silently going about his day.
Episode 10 is just Beppu cleaning.
Beppu is the best girl.
In episode 10, we're actually going to get... I don't want to allude too much, but obviously it's going to center more around Hachiken because it's a send-off to our main leading plot point this whole time.
Right.
We're going to get some well-deserved closure for some questions that we need answered.
Did Dad like the bacon?
We're going to get a lot of Dad in this episode.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go right in. Let's give me a good farm metaphor.
Don't count your chickens unless they're not chickens. They're cows. I don't know how to farm.
Episodes 10 and 11. That's it. That's all. All of the episodes. So
silver spoon wrapped up in a nice silver spoon.
I really like that we have the first episode dedicated to the rest of Mikage's dream and what she wants to do.
Right.
And then we have the last episode being about just kind of a nice little wrap on the present. It says, here's the bow. Here's what Hachiken's learned. He's compounding everything into a big thesis statement for his father. And then he realizes what his dream is, kind of what he is his place in the universe, and then also steps aside for Mikage.
I really enjoy how the last episode was not just a look back at Hachiken, it was a look back at everybody. We really put a lot of things in a perspective that really wasn't made totally clear right away.
Yeah.
But like they literally turned the camera focus to just look back on all the episodes. Like, hey, these are the characters and these are the struggles they've went through.
Yeah, remember Shinosuke, the guy that wants to be a vet but is uncomfortable with like animal, innards, everything like that.
Exactly.
Like he is a stepping stone for Mikage to Hachiken to kind of realize that hey, like some people can't obtain their dream. And it fits into like we go over a lot of things. We go over like the privilege of dreams, like how much of a privilege it is to be able to step away from the family and focus on yourself. And then we also focus on like failure. We
The
focus
failure is a huge part in
which
this.
it's the culture of work ethic in Japan is very much like if you fail, you can't come back. Is that mentality that's kind of loomed as a shadow over Hachiken, and his father has kind of viewed him as just, as we've learned, less than livestock. Just kind of, hey, the way I treat you is why should you tutor Mikage to get into college to follow her dream if you failed the entrance exams for your own high school? And Hachikin's like, hey, I've seen people fail because they were not up to the task. Why are you marking me as a failure because I failed once and then got up again? And
exactly.
it's such a good confrontation.
The really interesting thing I think looking back on the series right now is you can tell that that was very much the theme that the writer wanted to hit on is
Yes.
like this overwhelming like this expectation of like you cannot fail, and if you even like fail a little bit, like life is over, you need to try all the time, but like really that's not the case. And I find it really interesting that the writer decided to take like a character that's thrown into a whole different situation like an agricultural school and really like turn this whole concept on its head. Like you have an industry that is so set in its ways. People grow up and they have to take over the farm. Like businesses are just expected to go that way. And it's probably like just the idea that the companies have to go the way they are and they've been set that way for a very long time in Japan. I feel like that's why this theme is focused on the farming industry in Japan.
Hmm.
And I can't believe that somebody had this idea and like, let's make an anime out of it with silly dog jokes and horse jokes. It's like, wow.
Like, yeah, can we make fan service out of it? Haha, nope.
Hey, Holocene Club, man.
We can give you fan service. There's gonna be a lot of bras. Yeah. What can livestock teach you, and what can you teach the culture that livestock is based? Like the idea that hey, you've watched animals die and be utilized and be given a second chance, and that kind of fits in. It's just such a I really when you look back at it and like the difference between livestock and people in that culture is not that different at times.
Exactly.
Like even horses can get up again. And it's just the idea of like a mortal blow to your ego is the equivalent of being like wounded as livestock. I really like that. And the family and how they it's just watching how family sucks sometimes. Like Mikage's family like going, "Oh, her getting to college, but she's not that smart." But then they
Exactly.
back her up. And just the highs and lows of what family is and how your friends are your second family. So Mikage's episode 10 is all about, hey, so Hachikin's going to help Mikage study and get into the university of her choice. He's going to try really hard. We later learn he needs to go get some notes from his brother back at the Hachikin house, but that happens in episode 11. But what happens in episode 10 is just we see Mikage stand up to her family. Her voice comes into play, which her voice has never been very strong. Mikage bottles things up. And what Hachikin's great at, what if Hachikin was not here, Mikage's voice would never be heard. He is
Yes.
the
Oh,
microphone that she needs.
right. And the scene's actually really powerful because well, as we saw in the episode previous, they're talking about their debts and how they're going to handle just the future of the household. And Mikage like is struggling to be heard or like have a voice in this thing because like she has this very important thing to come out, and Hodgkin's right there. It's like if you don't do this now, you're giving up on your dream forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then so she finally gets the balls to stand up and just say like, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore." And it's really interesting how almost right away the mother and the grandma are like, "You can't be doing this right now to us. Like I like this is almost unfair in the situation we're in." And like Hachiken like even jumps in a place where I was actually uncomfortable when he jumped in at this point because it's
Yep.
like you're not involved here, but I know it has to be said, and I know Mikage can't say it, but he says like, "Listen, like Mikage's been feeling about this for a while now, and you guys really haven't been giving her the ear that she needs. Please pay attention to her." And like that is kind of fucked saying that to her own family. Even the dad is like, "Mikage,
You
don't let
say it.
yeah, no, use your words, don't it's unfair to let him use his."
Yes.
And, like, super respect for the dad there. In fact, it's really interesting with these 2 together, like, seeing Aki's dad and Hachiken's dad, like, they both care a lot about their kids, like, even though, like, Hachiken's dad doesn't show it, he does want him to be successful.
Yes. But
And
he has I think the fundamental difference there is I would actually relate Mikage's mother a little more with Hachigen's father, where they have a preconceived diagram of where they want their children to succeed. They
oh, yeah.
have a path envisioned. And but the difference there is that in Mikage's family, like their farm is falling apart.
Mhm.
And it's such an the reason I said privileged is that Mikage is literally standing in the face of the failure of the company, something that like family they pride themselves on and goes, "This is not what I want. I want to follow my passion." And they ultimately go for it. If you can get a college, we will find a way to get you the money
Yeah, no, we
amidst our
also have a
debt.
really great scene with, Hachiken where he says he'll take responsibility in helping her study,
Oh,
but right away, as soon as he said, "I'll take responsibility," you can see Aki's dad's shoulders going nuts, and the grandma and mother get starry-eyed. It's like, "Oh, you're gonna marry her?
yeah,
Oh my god, we're gonna hit the" and the
so
dad
great.
instantly picks up the table and is about to beat the shit out of him.
Was
It's a great scene.
it was no. I'm keep. This is so similar to something else I was thinking of, so I just lost that stream. So I'm going to cut
Okay,
this part out.
so I'll piggyback off that and complain a little. I have a little complaint. There's a scene we get in the beginning of episode 10 that I feel like could have gotten a little bit more attention
Was
when
that with Komaba?
Aki calls Komaba and she's like, "Listen, I don't plan on taking out the farm. They sold the horses. Would you take over the Mikage farm?" And Komaba's like, "With all due respect, no. Like, I want to make this happen for myself. Like, I want to make my dreams happen. And also, isn't it a bit like irresponsible of you to ask someone whose farm just went under to like go under? I don't exactly have the best reputation." And then
Yeah.
like that kind of blew my mind a little bit because they just realized that like, yeah, no, people are gonna look at the farm and be like, "Oh, that guy's running it. Didn't his farm shut down? Oh, well, that's the end for the Mikage farm."
It ties into one of the teachers going, "You like when you can see the face of the farm."
Exactly.
Like when you're on like if you have like a bottle of milk and you see the farm and the people there, you want to know who's running it. So Komaba's all about now making something for his family, but he also has his pride.
Yeah, no, he really has to make a name for himself again, which is kind of sad when you really think about it. Like he has to struggle a lot more than we really put on.
And then it's do you mark him off as a failure or do you cheer him on? So the fact
Exactly. We
that
come back to our themes from 11.
yep, which great, you tie it all in. And when in 11, Hachikin goes home, he runs into people from middle school.
I really enjoy this scene.
He kind of drops back to being a middle schooler and it's just like, I'm just teaching a girl. And they're all like, oh, and they start freaking out. It's so great.
I love how they're always like, "Oh yeah, there's no way they use horses anymore. It's all machines." So it's like, I can ride a horse, and they're all like,
Oh,
"Oh."
like 5 times.
Yeah, no, Hachiken gets his ego inflated a little bit, which really like he
He
needs.
needs it because then the dad's going to come and crush it again
Yeah,
with what we just talked about, which is all about like failure. If you fall, do you stay down? Are you at a newer level or can you get back up? And it just flies in the face of old preconceived culture of like
exactly.
older notions. And Hachikin like slams the table, gets up, gets mad at his dad, rushes off in a hurry, leaves behind his gifts that his friends gave him for the ride home, which inspires the mother to come check out the school.
There is one thing though that surprised me when I first watched this episode for the first time.
Hmm?
Is the small scene of when Hachiken says like umai, like when he says like the food's delicious when he's eating his mother's food.
Yes.
And like she has like the shock, she's like, oh my god, like you never like say that, or like I don't really get appreciation for like what I do. Like she's just experiencing for the first time how much Hachikin has changed. Like he has a respect for like not only where the food came from, how the food's prepared, how it's grown. Like he gets all
But
that in the
her
moment
too.
when he eats it. And like she just gets to experience that for the first time. And that really like breaks her wall and be like, I have no idea what my son is doing. And like I see that she is I see that he is like a different person now, and I need to go see the difference here.
It's also the first time we've ever seen him respect her
Yep.
as like a human being, as someone that isn't just an obstacle in his way. So, yep, goes in, sees everyone he's been around, and kind of like gets it.
I
What?
love how her first introduction to Hachiken at school is he gets kicked by a horse.
And I they didn't address that, but you're absolutely right because right before that, Kachikin is booted by a horse across the field. Before that, Tamako has slammed him into a wall because Tamako has said, "Hey, listen, all your problems are genuine, but you are kind of being self-absorbed and using Mikage's problems and struggles as a way for you to surpass your own ego."
I really like this scene because the anime almost puts up an argument for itself, like the other way. Like, yeah, we're
Yes.
arguing towards this. Is like, yeah, by the way, you know, your dad's like stance isn't unfounded. And like she just like completely brings up like you were saying before, how he failed his exams and it's like almost him trying to make up for it, like with Aki. And we have this great scene where Hachikin realizes what he's doing. He's just like, "All right, it's time to go, just to hit me," and then immediately
Bam!
hits him
Right
with the
in.
broom, huge dent in the wall, and she's just like, "I don't have time to deal with your fucking boy bullshit." Like
It's
explosions behind her, and she's the
yeah.
coolest character ever.
Oh, that's great. There's a lot of funny moments, like Mikage saying, "Please, Hachiken, I will do anything for you." And Hachiken has the like his like head brain goes 80 degrees south. His glasses crack. She runs out going thanks, and he falls.
Well, no,
Down.
he's like, just study,
Just
just
study.
study, and she's like, okay, and then he immediately like flops out. It's like, oh god, she said it could do anything.
It's I don't always love the end of the scene being repeating the joke, but when Cheese Girl Yoshino goes out and goes, "You're a perv," that kind of got me. We we get the mother and Hachiken have a really good scene together.
Yeah.
Where, if you want to take it away,
Oh, sure. Well, we have another one of our great food scenes.
oh,
We
I almost wish there was a character that didn't like the food scenes because
not food. I hate
because
food.
they go, "Wow, this smells good. Oh no, let me call this guy. Let me call Beppu. He has the pickles. Let's Tokiwa has the yogurt. Let the man yogurt. Let's."
Can we not talk about the
We
gross
don't have
man
to.
bath yogurt?
But I wish there was someone that's like, "No, I don't need the montage," and the montage happens.
Fucking fresh rice guy comes in.
I
Oh
don't
man.
think he has any character. He just carries rice.
Oh man. But yeah, no, we get the whole we almost the entire crew, all the teachers together, just like, oh hey, Hachikin's mom here. Let's treat her to a feast. She can't take all this home, so let's bring the food here.
Yep.
So they're grilling shit. They're making mushrooms. They're putting the cheese on stuff. And we have this great big feast where Hachikin's mom like can really see like, wow, Hachikin's made a lot of friends.
You know what? She can almost taste it.
Yeah. But we get this nice scene with Hachiken and Mikage
Mhm.
where he finally like, well, not finally. He actually apologizes to her. He's like, "Hey, listen, I have some things being held over my head. Like I didn't make my entrance exams, and like that might be why I'm trying so hard with you." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, whatever. Like you're helping me study. Like I really can't ask more of you. Like I'm not offended by that. Like I accept that."
Yep.
And the best part is they start doing that thing where they're like talking like a couple, but like they're not really a couple. So all the dudes just walk up to Hachikin, get a thing of eggs, put hot sauce on it, put wasabi on it, and just mush it into his face. Like, we fucking hate you. Just fucking do it already.
And the mother's like, wow, agriculture culture is weird.
And then the principal.
The principal, what was his line?
Oh, he's like, you know what? I really enjoy meeting
The parents. And that's where you're glad to see where the source of the person comes from. And I'm glad it was the mother that came. You really want the dad to come and get his comeuppance in his personality thinking and the way he thinks, because that's the way the show is, even though he's not wrong. But like the fact the mother goes in and people go, I can see Hachikin in you, is so much more of a like blow to them going, hey, we have to give our son this chance.
Right.
And he was a rebellious spirit, and he's a bit of a jerk in his attitude, but here he's truly happy. And also on the same side, looking at the care package, let her see where all his friends are like, because the food, ultimately, it's sappy to say, but the food is kind of like a benchmark of what each character is. Like their passions choose them.
Right.
Sort of. And then that scene with Hachikin and his mom.
Our last scene.
Sorry for lying to you about saying dad liked the bacon. By the way, in Hachikin's house, there's a framed photo of 2 pieces of bacon.
Look at it. Yeah, screenshot it and only lasts for like 2 seconds.
My theory, listen, fan theory.
Tinfoil hats on. Put those tinfoil hats on.
Hachikin's dad never ate the bacon and they framed it.
Oh, no.
It smells real bad. 25 years later, it'll still be there. But Hachikin and his mom talk, and she goes like, I'm sorry for lying to you. It must really hurt when something you're really passionate about and something that is a big goal for you is not true. And
it's really nice because we also get the scene where he's talking about like all the people he also went to school with. It's like, yeah, these are my friends. They failed like in their own like respective way, or are going through hardships, just like Aki and Komaba and all them. And he explains like why he got so upset when his dad said the thing he did, and it's just like kind of like a nice scene where like she's getting more perspective on his life.
And then they leave, and immediately the group all comes out. They all walk together and they go, "Huh? Well, year 2's coming up. We're probably not going to hang out as much because dorms are going to change."
Yep.
And it's
you don't have to live on campus your second year.
Yeah, there's no real wrap up. It's just, hey, welcome to life. Here's the next step. It's snowing. Isn't that nice? And then Hachikin basically continues to soar on as we see a nice bird cascade across the sky. And it goes the end. Then it goes, because it's Crunchyroll, goes, by the way, none of these people are real, but all the food themes are real. So everything you heard about sugar water is true.
Oh my God, yeah. Our last episode, and we get this whole spiel about how
still learning
how vegetables live through the cold winters. It's just like, oh, come on, really, guys?
And then all the whole time.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you feel about kind of leaving the romance open-ended?
I remember early on I said if they never went anywhere with the romance, I would be completely okay with it, because I really like how this is about Hachikin growing and finding who he is, finding his feet without hammering it down with stereotypes or tropes. And it's just kind of meeting people. And as season 2 came along, it was more about Mikage as well, and Komaba and how they were growing, but also Hachikin. So the fact that it didn't try to make the 2 characters form a new, like, people aren't halves of a whole, but when you have a relationship and you focus on a relationship, often it's about the unity. It's not about the people.
Right.
So letting the people grow separate before they come together is something I'm completely okay with. And
I like the way you worded that.
Yeah. Hachikin is Mikage's strength in letting her talk to her family, but they didn't need to make a relationship. They didn't need to start kissing for no reason. And honestly, the hand holding and talking to each other in the barn in the last 2 episodes before this, that was the most intimate thing we needed.
Actually, I really enjoy when all the friends are yelling at them.
Yeah.
Like if the other
You're
horse
an idiot.
Wait, you guys aren't going out with? Aren't you just a huge idiot? And she's like leaning on a post with idiot in her back. She's like, yes, I'm a giant idiot.
Props to Crunchyroll for really trying hard to translate slang. Aren't you quasi happy IRL?
I was like, what?
Oh. And then, but yeah, they're like, "Oh man, we're hanging out, we're so intimate, but we're not dating yet." And then everyone else gets mad. The one guy kills Hachiken, and he dreams of seeing Pork Bowl
Oh
again.
yeah, he like he takes his sock off and shoves it in his face. He's like, execution. And Porkball's like, oh, come here, Hachiken.
Oh,
And like the cutest voice ever.
the season 2.
What if he was a plate of bacon in heaven?
It's
Oh,
like a
man.
macabre version. Oh yeah. So season 1 was really, really strong,
Mhm.
and season 2 was really fun and kind of lighthearted. But then it took everything season 1 had and doubled down on it by the end. So, in my opinion, a really, really nice complete package of what it means to live, accept yourself, and eat good food.
Yeah, definitely. Well, looking back at like from when I first watched this, I definitely have a much fonder respect for it now than I ever did. I'm having a little trouble putting my thoughts together just because I'm legitimately sad that this is ending.
Yep. It's I try to I would say I try to avoid superlatives, but most of this podcast has been this is the best. This is the best. But honestly, few shows have made me like this, and Toradora have made me recontextualize things in my life, realize when it's okay to be following something in life or when it's not, like kind of like relating things to it. A show that you can relate to and find personal connection in
Mm,
is what this podcast is all about. Like, I feel like that is the Palmtop podcast,
hmm.
finding slice of life and finding school dramas and finding everything that we can kind of find something at home in.
Yeah, it's interesting now that you say that. I completely forgot, but back when I watched this, uh, I was watching it during like my finishing years of college, and I could really relate. It was like people still trying to find themselves, going into a world that like they didn't really know much about, and like I was about to graduate college, kind of go into the same kind of world, and like I could really relate with Hachiken. It's just like there's so much out there I still don't know, and like people like I care about a lot,
Yep.
and it's I don't know, like I really, even though it's a show about cows and horses, you can really relate to the characters, like no matter where you are in life, really.
And that's a when characters transcend the theme and you can relate to them despite the theme not connecting to you at all. Damn good show.
Yeah, man.
And also, I'm sure we all have connected at some point as creative majors to that one guy who graduated but
God.
still hanging out.
Yeah, no, that was me for a couple years.
What are you doing here?
I definitely went back to college a couple times when you were still there, just being like, "Hey guys, what's up?" Nope, still no job yet.
And you were like, I relate this character. I'm like, why? And then I saw the whole character is get a job, get a job. All right.
Yep.
So I just told you what I think this Palm Top podcast is all about, which is connecting relatable experiences and grounded reality that everyone can feel like a part of them belongs. Like you can always feel like a part of you is in each of the characters.
Hmm.
We're gonna throw a lot of that away for the next show.
Oh,
So listen, in 2007, School Days came out.
oh, okay.
And a year before that, the next show came out, which is Haruhi Suzumiya.
Oh shit, that's right.
So this is not a slice of life. This is not a rom com. This is in a school, but there's two reasons I want to do this. One is that this show gives you an anchor character that lets you explore a bunch of things that are very surreal, but it also lets you kind of like understand surreal elements from a human perspective. You get a normal protagonist
Hmm.
and you get fantasy elements in it. And then you kind of keep the character stays grounded and
Okay.
pulls out human elements out of these other characters that would otherwise seem surreal.
Hmm.
I'm giving away a little bit, but I'm telling you why I think. The second reason is because I haven't seen it in 10 years. I never finished it, and you've never watched it.
Yeah,
So
no,
I'm kind of using this platform.
surprisingly, like out of all the things I've seen, this one just kind of I didn't watch.
I liked it a lot when I watched it. It was a big fad, but I want to see if it holds up. And I never watched the movie that came out, so I figured that this would be a good exercise
Hmm.
in does it hold up?
Well, time will
That's
tell.
the next one. And we will be doing it dubbed because it's the same dub director as Toradora.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So we're probably going to hear some voices.
I hope so. We are watching him the visual and audio medium.
Man, so Haruhi was so inventive when it just used subtitles and old black and white music.
Like literally the only thing I know about this is the one girl does that beam thing.
Beam. Yep. That's all you know?
That's literally all I know.
all you know.
That's really all I know.
You know nothing else.
I mean, I know the dance.
Okay. Great. Then this is awesome.
All right, it's my turn to do the outro song, so I'm doing the second ending of Silver Spoon, the Goose House one. I don't know if we can actually use a lot of footage of Silver Spoon, so we went to a farm and worked our butts off. I was not happy.
Just grab that wheelbarrow.
笑う方にはちゃんと服はやってくるから Yeah, yeah 成田話のその目だってほら結構がない Ow, I fucked that up 息が詰まる講話の世の中で出会ってんだ色とりどりの世界を一緒に見に行こう頑張り屋の君だから壁に登るすぐだけしょでももう平気通りへはゼロでならいいんだよ
You gotta grab your destiny, Alex. You gotta grab your brown, smelly destiny.
What? 君が笑えば僕もからぐから Yeah, yeah 巡り巡りまた違うだからどこまで遠く離れた場所にいる時も僕らの声が届きますように迷った時は音の鳴るハロウェイ Fucking anime, man.